Hello and welcome to AC Sisterhood Speaks. I am your host, Six Keys, and today we are very excited to be joined by Eivor herself, Cecilie Stenspiel.
Hey Sisterhood, hugs from Copenhagen and me.
Cecilie has been very busy lately, but she very kindly took some time to answer questions submitted by you, the fans, via Twitter and the AC Sisterhood Discord server. Without further ado, let's jump right in. Our first question is, were you familiar with the Assassin's Creed franchise before auditioning? And when did it sink in how large the role would be?
I were familiar with the Assassin's Creed franchise, but I'm not a gamer at all. So I didn't know the game very much, only from hearsay, only that I knew that a lot of people were playing it. And it's been such a great pleasure to find out the amount of fan base there is around the game, and also to find out how many people that have been playing the character Eivor through this weird corona times, and really get some to go on a cyberspace holiday with Eivor instead of going away from home. So it's been a real treat getting to know this world of video games. It's been a new thingy, so hopefully I'll get to play the game more, because it's been such a treat seeing her come to life and seeing the wonderful and amazing work all the technicians have done around her in the game. So now I know it, and I'm such in awe of the Assassin's Creed guys.
May asks, what is a deceptively difficult thing about acting for video games? Like, what do most people assume is simple, but is actually challenging?
I think it's heaps of fun acting for video games. But one of the challenging and also great things about it is that you have to imagine everything, because I was one of the first ones to put the smallest sound in the game. So Eivor is kind of the lead voice, and then everyone else interacts with her in the game. So it's kind of speaking into oblivions, because you don't have any co-actors. So it's kind of challenging to imagine everything, but I really enjoy imagining, and using my imagination. So together with Thor Bishoprick, who is the voice director, and also with Darby McDevitt, who is amazing, we created the character, and we slowly walked into the world of Valhalla together.
Avion asks, what was some of the inspiration and research you drew upon for the character of Eivor?
The inspiration for the character, of course, comes from the creative team behind the game. There was a lot of nice info to read upon, and the lines are so beautiful by themselves, so they create a lot of images in my imagination, and I, of course, work from that. And I was brought up in Copenhagen, or a small city very close to Copenhagen, and there's a Viking museum too, so I've got some of the Viking inspiration from my DNA, because I used to come there every year with my school class, and also the sagas about the Vikings and about the Nordic mythology is also something I was brought up with. So I'll say some of her is in my DNA, and I think she's such a lovely, badass, fierceful, empathic actually character, and I hope you feel that too when you enjoy the game.
When the game was announced, many of the early marketing materials focused on male Eivor, prompting much vocal support from fans who wanted to see female Eivor in equal measure. Were you aware of their efforts?
Actually, I was very busy when the game was announced, so I didn't read that many things about the fuss about Eivor and the fuss about the game until afterwards. So I'm afraid I had to say no. But it's very cool that people enjoy playing both male and female Eivor. I think the character and the game works equally as good with both male and female.
Question from All X or Alex. How did you protect your voice while recording for Valhalla, considering there is so much raw power and yelling involved?
I always protect my voice, of course, but I wanted Eivor to have that rasping sound to her, because she was attacked by wolves very early in her life, and I think that experience and the screaming around it must have done something to her voice. So I'm actually using the raspiness of my voice when I give Eivor words. I've been a voice actress and also an actor for a long time, and I've been voicing cartoons and television commercials and also games for around 31 years. So I'm used to working with my voice. And of course, when we do the recordings, I don't do the yelling first. I do a lot of lines, and then in the end of the session, we do the yelling. So in that sense, we of course are aware of that. It is taking a toll on the voice, and it has to feel and sound real. And that's why you have to use the same energy when you yell. And of course, that takes a toll on the voice. But I hope that you feel that I'm really trying to get her emotions through her voice, so you can feel her ups and downs when you take a walk with her and enjoy the Viking ride.
DJ Bandit asks, what were you told about Eivor's character, motivations, and personality? What did you try to bring to the character?
What did I try to bring to the character? I hope I did my best to make her human. I think heroes are interesting, but I think heroes with a flaw, with emotions, are much more interesting. And if you can feel her vulnerability in her sense of fiercefulness, she'll feel much more human and much more real to you. And I think you'll enjoy her more, and you'll love to go on raids with her if she's not just a badass character who can slay everybody down. It's much more interesting if she's got a problem and she's got a steel set head of turning the world around. And I think if you can feel that during the game, you wanna join in. If she's just stone cold and hardworking, not reacting to anything, I think it will be boring. So hopefully I pulled that through. But I think Eivor is really, really likable as a character, and I actually miss voicing her.
US Red Agent asks, how much of the character Eivor is you? Do you share any similarities or differences with her personality?
Of course, Eivor is me because it's my voice, but we don't have that many similarities, even though she looks like me a bit, and we also talk the same way. But I can assure you I don't slay anybody over in the mall, and I'm actually quite polite too. But I think perhaps if we share anything, it could be perhaps our very dry humor. And I love that with her too. I love that she's got a sense of humor, and I think we share that thing.
And our final question comes from Preston Carbonaro. Growing up, who were some women that you looked up to or who inspired you?
Every strong woman inspire me, and also any strong man who steps up for a better world and inspire me. But if I should say some, it should be my mom, because she's always pulling through for other people, and she's always taking care of everybody else, and she's the best grandmother in the world. So I think right now she's the one that inspires me the most.
And unfortunately, that is all the time we have for today. Thank you once again for answering our questions, Cecily. We are so happy that you were able to set some time aside for us.
Thank you for waiting for this interview. Thank you so much.
Join us again next time on AC Sisterhood Speaks, and take care, everyone.